Ok, direi adesso passiamo al video di Microsoft Soundscape.
Hello and welcome. My name is Jarnail Chudge and I'm part of the Microsoft Soundscape team. And it's my pleasure to present today with Mark Rankin, an O&M expert with VRRO, Vision Loss and Rehabilitation Ontario. Our goal in this presentation is to discuss Soundscape as a mobility aid and how it's used. We're going to place a particular emphasis on enhanced awareness on presence and rewarding experiences. Hence the title, Adventures with Microsoft Soundscape. Ultimately, we hope that this will make you a better navigator, and we sincerely believe that very, very deeply. Over the course of this presentation, we'll share our work with you and really focus on getting a sense for how you can start using Soundscape in your daily life. I'll spend a few minutes at the beginning, though, just to level set and give you an overview of the product, and then we'll dive in with insights on what we've learned and some fun demos along the way as well. So very simply, when you think about Soundscape, think of it as a map that runs on your phone. But instead of reading it off the screen, you hear it in 3D sound all around you. And this helps you have a richer awareness of your surroundings. So for example, Starbucks, you'll hear that called out from where it is in relation to you. And with the magic of software, we can make the sound appear about a meter outside of your head in the direction of where Starbucks is. And it's the same with all the other call-outs in Soundscape as well. And we'll demonstrate that in a short video. The diagram on this slide illustrates the different parts of Soundscape that make it work. And in order to experience this 3D sound, you'll need a pair of stereo headphones, an iPhone, and then behind the scenes, we use map data to call out roads, intersections, places of interest, and so on. Now I'm going to play a short video to illustrate how this works. And in this video, we'll get a first-person perspective. Now, the audio should be in 3D, and you should get it with your stereo headphones to better experience what it really sounds like, because it is amazing.
Hello and welcome. We are going to demonstrate how I use Soundscape. I have my friend Emily here with me.
Hi there.
And my guide dog Trevor. You're going to hear and experience Soundscape in the same way that I do through these headsets. So let's go.
Facing north along 101st Avenue South.
So Emily, where should we go?
I heard there's a place called Local Burger nearby. Would you like to try it?
Let's do it. I'll set a beacon to it. Now I can hear the beacon over in front of us and to our right. That's where the Local Burger is.
Excellent. That beacon's really helpful as I can't see past these trees.
Fantastic. So let's go there.
All right.
Instead of step-by-step instructions, Soundscape lets me hear where the destination is so I can make my way there. We're coming up to an intersection here.
Goes right. Crossing.
Here's the crossing. Listen to the traffic. We're safe to cross?
All right, and it's safe to cross.
Let's do it. Hey, here's Fran's chocolate over there.
Oh, perfect. We should set a marker there on our way back.
Now I can hear the beacon loud and clear on my right, so we'll turn right.
Facing north along
and
Main
here
Street.
It comes right in front of us, so we know we're walking straight towards it.
Forum Plaza.
On Main Street and straight towards the beacon. We're going to start hearing it coming on our left as we get close to the Local Burger.
Joseph Jewelry.
And
beacon close by. I can see the door.
Ah, here we are. Fantastic. Emily, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening.
Now, hopefully that gave you a good sense of what Soundscape is in its very simplest way. And the real power of this design is that in Soundscape, it's our view that you become a better navigator. So what does that actually mean? First and foremost, we see Soundscape as a mobility aid. It shows you where things are, but doesn't give you instructions. It's all about leaving you in charge of making your own navigation decisions. And with this heightened awareness that you develop of the landmarks, the intersections, the direction of the beacon, you remain fully engaged. You're the person in control. Soundscape is designed to allow you to remain fully present. so that your attention's on the environment, on the traffic, the dog, or your conversation, but you can still hear soundscape in the background. It's calling out the landmarks as you pass them, the streets that you come across. And all of them are imprinted subconsciously as you start to naturally and effortlessly build this mental map of the space that you're in. And it's the power of 3D sound that lets you do this. And this is really critical when you integrate such a mobility tool like this into your experience for an extended period of time. And it's really these two concepts that are the foundations of Soundscape as a mobility aid. And we'll go into each of these in more detail throughout this presentation. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Soundscape, we're continually evolving and refining the application and adding new capabilities to it. To enrich the data experience, we've added information from Bing so that this works hands in hand with OpenStreetMap. It's all about the sound of Soundscape, as you can tell. And we are excited at the way in which we can make it a beautiful listening experience. We're experimenting and refining on how to enrich that and giving options about the original beacon sound or a slightly more refined one. Entirely up to you which one you prefer. And we've also started our strategy of increasing availability by launching in Europe. So far, we're available in the UK, Sweden, and France, and we plan to go other parts of the world as well within the next 12 months. Now, a really exciting piece of work we did was at the Skyview visitor attraction in Stockholm, Sweden last year, where we created a first-of-a-kind visitor attraction so that people can use Soundscape to locate landmarks on the Stockholm skyline and then be virtually transported to them and experience them in full 3D immersive audio. And in fact, following on from our kayak hackathon a couple of years ago, we continue to work very closely in the area of adaptive sports and are partnering with organizations to help create new and empowering experiences for the community. And just released, in fact, and part of continuing our work to enrich Soundscape, version 3, we've redesigned the home screen. Now, from a single place, you can search for a location, browse for nearby places, and access your markers right from there. And once you select a location now, you can easily start the audio beacon from it, save it as a marker, preview the street layout at that place, or share it with a friend. We've brought all of these tools together in one place. And also, all the markers that you now create will be saved so that they'll be accessible from other devices where you use the same Apple ID. Now that we've got the basics and updates out of the way, we'll move on to the adventure part. Now let's see if we can characterize independent mobility as an adventure. Not sure about it? Well, let's see how you feel at the end of the short video.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming to hear about Soundscape. We have a real treat for you today. We have Runa here with us.
Hey, friends.
Runa has kindly agreed to take us on a walk with her and show us how she uses Soundscape during these crazy times of COVID-19. Before we jump in though, let me just level set on what Soundscape is. Soundscape is a technology that we developed here in Microsoft Research and in collaboration with our great friends in the blind and low vision community. The idea is that we use 3D audio to help a blind person build a richer awareness of their surroundings so that they can get around with a greater sense of independence. The way it works is that with a set of headphones, you will hear points of interest and call-outs from the direction where those point of interests are. To give you a real feel for the experience, let Runa and her guide dog Valora on their walk to the pharmacy. And for the best experience, I recommend that you listen to this demo with a stereo headset. Okay, Runa, over to you.
Hey, friends. How are you doing today? My name is Runa, and I have a beautiful guide dog. Her name is Valora. We work at Microsoft Store at Yorkdale in Canada. I have just realized we have run out of few supplies at home. So I would love to invite you for a walk with me. Though before we go for a walk, we'll have to set up Soundscape. Let me show you how to do that. We are going to open the app. Cool. Now we are going to set up the headphones. You can use generally any standard headphones. Our headphone is ready. Now we are going to set up a beacon. When I click on the beacon, I see a new feature called Essential Services. This will let me browse businesses and services that are currently open in my area. I'm very grateful to have this feature, especially during COVID-19 when, most of the businesses are closed and their work hour varies. Cool. We have found the pharmacy under Essential Services and our beacon is set. We are ready to head outside.
So, Runa is all ready to go. She has the Soundscape beacon set to the pharmacy. She can clearly hear its location, and she heads off in its direction while working her guide dog. Now note that the beacon, she can hear it on her right, which means that at the next intersection, she'll have to find a place to turn right.
Let's go, Laura.
Beacon, 205 meters.
Hey friends, now we are outside. Very nice outside today.
Heading southwest along Brimorton Drive. Intersection with Peace Drive, 35 meters ahead.
We are soon going to be approaching an intersection.
Approaching intersection. Peace Drive goes left. Peace Drive goes right.
So in front of us there is Brimorton, and we were walking on the Clementon Square.
Notice how Soundscape provided Runa with a clear layout of the intersection. In this case, it's actually a T intersection. And by hearing the location of the beacon to her right, she decides to turn right.
Approaching intersection. Brimorton Drive continues ahead. Meadowglen Place goes right.
We are approaching an intersection. The Brimorton Drive will continue straight, and the Meadowglen Place is ahead of us.
Construction.
And there's a construction going on, which is really good to know. Very good girl, Valora. Okay, forward.
All along, Soundscape calls out shops, restaurants, and other points of interest, and this helps her flesh out her mental map.
Primark Cleaners Alternation and Repairs, 20 meters.
There's a store
Diana
around
Beauty
us.
Salon, 25 meters.
There's a beauty salon.
The Real McCoy, 30 meters.
Real McCoy is also in front of us.
480
Real
meters.
McCoy is a pizza place. They have a really good pizza. And it's also telling me that Brixel is going to be in front of us if we keep following the path, which is where we are currently going.
The beacon is always there, giving her that sense of confidence that she's heading in the right direction. Runa is now on the final approach to the pharmacy. She can hear the beacon directly in front of her. And note how she kind of takes in the sound of the beacon as well as all the other sounds around her while working her dog to locate the pharmacy.
Approaching intersection.
We are soon approaching
Markham
an
Road goes
intersection.
Brimorton Drive
So we
continues
crossing
ahead.
the street
Markham Road
because
goes
we are
right.
keep hearing the bell sound, which means we have to keep walking in this direction to get to the farm. We will almost going to be at the pharmacy, friends. I keep hearing the bell sound, which means we're walking towards the right direction. And the sound is very musical. We are here at the pharmacy, friends. Soundscape has helped us get here. I'll soon be going to grab a few supplies, and I'll be right back with you, friends.
Next, Runa receives a text message from a friend to meet her at the park. The friend is also a Soundscape user and has shared the location by texting her a marker. Sharing markers is a new feature that we built especially now during social distancing to enable a friend or a mobility instructor to guide someone remotely by marking up the map for them.
Okay, friends, I'm back now. Thank you for waiting for me. My friend has just messaged me saying that she would like to meet us at the park. So now we are going to remove the beacon which was set for Rexall, which is a pharmacy, and we are going to set a marker. So when I press set a beacon, there is a button here called browse your marker. Then I'm going to press this button and I'll see list of markers that marked. I think that I have a marker at the Confederation Park. I'm going to set that up.
Marker. Confederation Park. 325 meters.
Cool. Ready to head out at the park.
And away she goes.
We'll be crossing Markham Road. I'm just waiting for the light to change, friends, listening for the traffic. Very good, girl, Valera. Well, I've been waiting patiently. Actually, friends, the intersection, which is Markham and Ellesmere, is one of the busiest intersections. We'll be crossing 6 lanes of traffic. We're still waiting for the light to change, friends. Okay, let's go, Valora.
Yep, they've just crossed 6 lanes of traffic. Anyway, she's now entering the park. Let's see how Soundscape helps her find her friend.
I hear the music sound which Belle is making. It's a musical bell sound. We are almost at the bench.
Beacon. 15 meters.
We are 15 meters away from our destination. And we have found the bench. Cool, I found my friend. She's been waiting for us. Soundscape has really helped us. My friend has shared me a marker, and I'm very happy for the Soundscape to have that opportunity to have friends, family members, and mobility and orientation instructor to be able to share markers.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Runa. In this demo, we saw how Runa used Soundscape to run an errand and make an unplanned journey to the park to meet up with a friend. Soundscape gave her the confidence to explore and discover new places and enrich her appreciation of her area. Thank you for joining us, and let me hand back over to Runa for a few closing words.
I have been using Soundscape for a year and a half. Soundscape has significantly changed my life. I have developed travel skills. I feel very independent and confident when traveling in familiar and unfamiliar places, as well as Soundscape has been very helpful, especially when knowing the direction I was supposed to walk at. Soundscape can be downloaded from iOS App Store as a free download. It's available in many countries such as Australia, UK, Canada, and US. The team is working on making it available in many other countries. Thank you, friends, for joining me for a walk, and have a great time today.
Well, hopefully you did experience that as an adventure, and in the same way that Runa did. Now I want to move over to the Soundscape Street Preview, a new feature, new capability that we've just released. And this really breaks fresh ground for Soundscape because it provides an amazing and innovative tool for virtually exploring the world. With it, you can now select any location in the world to preview that area at street level in order to familiarize yourself and build a mental map of that space. So just have fun and enjoy exploring it. Here we go.
Explore and get a sense of any area in the world with Soundscape Street Preview. When on a location page, select the Soundscape Street Preview button to gain a rich sense of the street layout in 3D audio. You will be virtually transported to the middle of the street next to your chosen location. Using your phone as a pointer, the street names are called out as you turn. When facing the street you want to go down, tap Go to advance to the next intersection. At each intersection, you can use the phone again to choose which road to go down, or explore your immediate surroundings using the familiar Soundscape buttons along the bottom of the screen. And now from the search bar, you can start beacon guidance to any point of interest, explore the area in richer detail, or change your virtual location. For example, let's say you want to preview the street layout around the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France. From the home screen, search for Notre Dame, and then from its location details page, you select the Soundscape Street Preview button. For the best experience, we recommend that you stand up and turn in place, and use stereo headphones. You can slowly turn your phone in either direction to hear the street names at each intersection. Let's say you want to hear what the walk will be like from the Notre Dame Cathedral to the Pont Neuf metro stop. You do this by going to the Explore Nearby button or filter for a list of public transit locations nearby the virtual location. Once you have the metro stop selected, you can start an audio beacon in your virtual experience. You will return to the Soundscape Street Preview homepage and now hear the beacon sound providing 3D audio guidance towards the Pont Neuf. If you press the Go button, you'll hear information at the next intersection.
Approaching intersection. Rue des Eglantines, goes left. Rue des Pavoyans, goes right.
Soundscape Street Preview is best used to get familiar with street layouts and explore places. So please, take some time to play and experiment with the Soundscape Street Preview feature. Enjoy and have fun.
We're really excited by Soundscape Street Preview, and just can't wait to hear, I'm sure, about the amazing things that people will get up to. Now with this, I'm going to hand over to Mark, who'll be talking about how he, along with O&M colleagues from around the world, have been using Soundscape and working with us to improve the product. Mark, over to you.
Thanks, Jarnail. We have pictured here 4 O&Ms who've been working on the Soundscape team. Myself, Chantal Smith from Ireland, Marie Trudel, who's in the San Francisco area, and Michael Evans, who's in Australia. So with movement severely restricted and quarantines across the world, the Soundscape team has reprioritized their work. You know what? Can we stop for a second, Janelle?
Yeah, carry on. I can edit this bit out.
You know what happens is I have to minimize your preview or your screen view, but it's blocking the notes.
Oh.
So let me just see how I can. I think this will work. I just the hard part is I won't know which slide you're on.
I will. If you just sort of say next slide, then I'll just move.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, and you know what? When I get to the end of the notes, you can pretty much go to the next slide, right?
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
Cool. No worries.
Okay. So I just start again.
Yep.
Okay. Let me know when you're recording.
Yep. Ready to go.
Thanks, Jarnail. So we have your slide showing just the 4 O&Ms who've been working on the Soundscape team. Myself from Canada, Chantal Smith working out of Ireland, Marie Trudel from San Francisco, and Michael Evans in Australia. With movement severely restricted in quarantines across the world, the Soundscape team reprioritized their work to help address the impact on the blind and low vision community. Our goal was to provide an at-home soundscape experience to help users remain engaged with their surroundings. So in partnerships with these other O&Ms, we found a virtual team, and we're working closely together with the Soundscape team, with a strong focus on enabling orientation and mobility instructors to provide remote support and empower people to continue building skills and exploring environments with Soundscape. We have your slide that outlines screen capture of the Microsoft blogs, which I really recommend people go to visit. There's a lot of inspiring and useful information there. The areas of focus we've worked on mostly sharing stories and insights from our work with our clients to help formulate best practices. We worked on co-designing key features with the Soundscape team, continue to provide feedback on work in progress, and assisted with testing with our clients, and helped to authorize some of these blogs, which are more or less structured lessons using Soundscape, and a great resource for ideas. And then lastly, and part of what we're doing today, is we're trying to raise awareness in the O&M community about the features and benefits of Soundscape. There are a series of blogs covering accessing essential services, exercising and being active outdoors, fun activities while at home. There's a little bit of the Soundscape quiz, and his ability to annotate and share markers for greater social connection through sharing experiences. And that's really a key feature of Soundscape. So Soundscape and O&M training. What I found personally working with clients and this technology is the narration is very simple. It starts as soon as the app is active. So as you move, Soundscape talks about your surroundings, and it's an experience that feels natural, requires really no knowledge of technology. So those who are comfortable with a smartphone can begin customizing when information is announced. But for many, the default narration is just what they need. So I call it just walking and talking. So I say, you know what, we're going to put this on, and it's going to be doing the talking. We're going to be doing the walking. The bottom row of the user interface has a few virtual buttons that are usually the first place I will go to get people familiar with interacting with Soundscape. So once you have the basic familiarity with the Soundscape experience, you can explore that bottom row, and I like to start with the My Location button, which gives instant orientation information, including the direction you're facing, the location of the closest street or intersection. And then if you pair that with the Ahead of Me button, which calls out points of interest in the direction that you're facing, it's an easy way to access information that's necessary to begin mentally mapping your surroundings. Markers and beacons are then probably the next feature that you really want to get into. They allow the user to customize the Soundscape experience to move efficiently through their environment. Users can mark particular landmarks along a route to preserve the specific information that they need to keep on track. And then beacons let you use 3D sound to orient yourself to a specific point, as we saw in the previous videos. A really great feature that's been alluded to earlier is sharing markers and the annotations that we can add to markers. So over text or email, share details about features of a route, pose specific challenges to individuals, share specific words of encouragement, and it's really been invaluable in achieving goals together while we've been physically distant in this sort of challenging time for instruction. The newest feature that we just had a video on, really the preview, street preview, allows for virtual exploration of areas in a systematic way that is way more fun, way more feature-filled and instructive than any sort of orientation exercise that's previously been available to mobility specialists or travelers with vision loss. It's essentially an explorable 3D sound map of any destination you want to explore, and it really puts the world at your fingertips.
Bene, eccoci. Allora, intanto ringraziamo Jarnail, Mark, veramente stupendo. Cioè, non io personalmente, ma penso anche altri che ci seguono non vediamo l'ora di sperimentarlo.
Okay, this is Sauro Cesaretti talking. And first of all, thank you very much, Jarnail and Mark. It was wonderful. We really look forward to try this out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jarnail.
Thank you, Sarah. In your last comment, when you said we look forward to trying this out, well, on behalf of the Soundscape team, we do have a very exciting, we hope, announcement for you today. That Soundscape from today is now available in the Italian App Store.
Really?
Dunque, per quanto riguarda Sauro, per quanto riguarda l'ultimo tuo commento sul fatto che non vedete l'ora di provare, di testare Soundscape, beh, ho una grande notizia per voi. Da oggi Soundscape è disponibile in Italia nell'App Store.
We were so excited by the conversation that we had about your passion, your enthusiasm for Soundscape, that the team decided, okay, let's see if we can get this ready.
Okay.
And everybody worked really hard to make it happen.
Le conversazioni che abbiamo avuto all'inizio di questa settimana nel nostro team, abbiamo visto la vostra passione, il vostro interesse e abbiamo detto perché non ci proviamo? Perché non ci proviamo a rendere pronto il prodotto per l'Italia?
And we hope that with the support of Yuichi, that you will promote this across all of your members, your colleagues across Italy. And we'd love to hear your feedback. We'd love for people to try it out as per the video. And please do get in touch with us. And we have one more thing, is that a small challenge for everybody. Please download Soundscape, play with it, and then talk to 10 of your friends. The challenge is to introduce Soundscape to 10 other people. We hope you like it that much.
E noi speriamo proprio col supporto dell'UIC di promuovere Soundscape. Vi chiediamo di parlarne con i vostri soci, con i vostri collaboratori, partner, e vogliamo proprio avere da parte vostra un feedback, quindi teniamoci in contatto su questo. Scaricate dall'App Store Soundscape e parlatene con le persone, con gli amici, fate scaricare almeno a 10 persone Soundscape e giocateci e fateci sapere che cosa ne pensate.
Assolutamente, io non trovo le parole per esprimere veramente la felicità, la gratitudine verso quello che avete fatto e quello che ci avete portato. E non so se c'è anche Francesca, ci sei?
Sì.
Okay.
So, first of all,
Okay. First,
okay, so Sarah is so glad, so happy about this piece of news that he really can't express how much he is so grateful to you. And he would like Francesca to say some words too.
Yeah. Francesca, se vuoi dire che sicuramente anche attraverso tutti i canali, attraverso l'Unione, attraverso tutti i canali che abbiamo, e ovviamente riproporremo questa notizia anche domani, e comunque attraverso l'Unione sicuramente faremo promozione. Non so, vai tu Francesca se vuoi aggiungere.
No, io mi trovo veramente quasi senza parole, perché Jarnail ci aveva dato questa un piccolo sentore che avrebbe avuto per noi una notizia, ma non credevamo che in così breve tempo avremmo avuto l'opportunità di sperimentare questa app. Manu, se vuoi tradurre così.
Me too. I'm really without words, because when we talked previously with Jarnail, he gave us some hints of maybe something very important was going to happen, but we didn't think that it was in such a short time. So yeah, it's a big surprise.
Yes. E vorrei anche dare il benvenuto ad Amos, che è riuscito ad entrare in Zoom, e quindi mi sembrerebbe carino se lui volesse anche fare un saluto, perché insieme a Jarnail sono i veri ideatori, realizzatori di questa app così importante.
Certo, certo. Benvenuto Amos.
Welcome, Amos. We know that you could access Zoom, and we would like to ask you to say some words. We know that you invented it together with the Jarnail Soundscape.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hi.
Finally.
excellent.
Yes.
Thank you. And I have been following the whole presentation, and it is such a pleasure to be with you today, this evening, and to take part in this wonderful occasion. It is very, very special for us to be able to make this announcement that Jarnail just explained. We felt this evening will not be complete without a release in Italy and make it available to you guys. And so I'm so glad we were able to do that.
Ho seguito la vostra presentazione, sono stato qui e sono molto, molto contento, e per noi è veramente un momento speciale, e pensavamo che questo momento non sarebbe stato completo se non avessimo avuto la possibilità di farvi questo annuncio.
Can you hear? Tell me if you can hear my phone for a moment.
Yes.
So now I'm street preview near the Colosseum in Rome. Let me try that.
Sto provando a attivare la street preview vicino al Colosseo a Roma. Questo è il cellulare di Amos Miller.
Calzedona, 90 metri.
Calzedonia.
40 metri. Casa mia, 80 metri. Camomilla, 35 metri.
I hope that was roughly correct, because I do not understand.
Spero che fosse abbastanza corretto, non potevo capire quello che diceva.
Assolutamente, l'italiano era correttissimo.
Fantastic.
The Italian was correct.
Great, thank you.
Thank you to you.
So one of the things that I think we're really excited about with Soundscape is that we want people to have fun. And the example of Amos just sharing a little bit of the street preview, which we showed in the video, is that you can explore any part of the world. You can become even more familiar with places that you already know quite well, or you can go to any part of the world and just walk around as if you were there. And Soundscape will help to bring that to life for you.
E quello che appunto che voglio dire è che in particolare la caratteristica che ci piace molto di Soundscape è proprio il fatto che ci si può divertire con esso. Come abbiamo visto nel video con Amos, la street preview ti permette davvero di conoscere parti del mondo, di prendere conoscenza del tracciato stradale, di camminare in questi posti virtualmente.
Jarnail, Amos, veramente io personalmente non vedo proprio l'ora di poterlo provare. Sono proprio curiosa nel momento in cui io devo dire la verità, occupandomi di attività internazionali per l'Unione, è da lungo tempo che interagiamo con un programma che si chiama Connecting with Microsoft e ci sono i nostri delegati che si occupano appunto di tecnologie, che partecipano ai vostri summit in modalità trimestrale e interagiscono sempre con voi, e io grazie a questo ho l'opportunità di seguirvi da vicino. Ma diciamo che ci siamo sempre chiesti quando sarebbe arrivato, quando avremmo avuto l'opportunità, e ricevere questa notizia oggi ci riempie veramente di gioia, ci fa sentire onorati di aver voluto scegliere questo contesto, gli Accessibility Days, e nello specifico l'interazione anche con la nostra organizzazione per fare questo annuncio e per fare questa pubblicazione. Veramente è proprio un ringraziamento che viene dal nostro cuore.
Okay. Jarnail, Amos, I really can't wait to try it out. I work in the international relations of, I'm engaged in the international relations for my association, and we joined a program called Connecting with Microsoft. It's a program for NGOs. So we meet with Microsoft every 3 months. So I already had the opportunity to work with Microsoft. And I always had the question, when we will get that, And this is to let you know how important it is that you chose, how honored we feel that you choose this event and our association to make your announcement. Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
The pleasure, the privilege is really ours. We have, over the last few years, worked very closely in the countries that Soundscape is available in with local NGOs who are connected to the blind and low vision community. And for us, that's the most important thing, because our feeling is that if you believe in the power and the potential of this technology, then you will naturally become users of it, you will become supporters of it, and you will become advocates for it. And for us to be able to make the difference that we want to make with Soundscape, having these collaborations, these partnerships with yourselves is so important. So it is we who are grateful to you for this opportunity, and what I hope will be a very positive and very productive collaboration going forward.
Guarda Jarnail,
it's a pleasure, è un piacere. Da 3 anni ormai lavoriamo nei paesi in cui Soundscape è già stato lanciato con ONG locali che sono in contatto con le comunità delle persone cieche e ipovedenti. E la nostra sensazione è che se tu condividi la potenza e il potenziale di questo strumento, automaticamente diventi un suo sostenitore, un suo advocate, cioè una persona che lo promuove, lo propone. Quindi crediamo molto fortemente nella collaborazione col vostro ente, per noi è molto importante, per questo siamo molto grati anche a voi per questa opportunità di collaborare.
Noi come movimento della disabilità, sia nell'impegno con l'Unione Italiana dei Ciechi e dei Ipovedenti, il Forum Italiano sulla disabilità, il Forum Europeo della disabilità, spesso ci troviamo a dover fare azioni di sensibilizzazione nel tema della coprogettazione, del co-design, e ci sentiamo molto rappresentati dal motto dell'EDF, che è niente su di noi senza di noi. E sentire Microsoft, sentire Jarnail ed Amos appunto parlare di questo impegno, di questa volontà di condivisione con le associazioni di persone con disabilità e con le persone con disabilità è davvero, penso, un notevole da sottolineare, perché non sempre è così scontato trovare questo tipo di sensibilità.
the disability movement at national level, for instance, our association, the UICI, as well as the Italian Disability Forum, at an European level, the European Disability Forum, all these associations have to carry out a lot of awareness raising concerning the need for co-designing under the slogan of EDF, nothing about us without us. And the Microsoft engagement in working and cooperating with associations and persons with disabilities is must be really recommended and highlighted.
No, thank you. And I think we hope that we've been able to demonstrate through technology that actually working in this space, working in the accessibility space, working in the space around access and inclusion is actually an opportunity to innovate for everybody. And we strongly feel that Soundscape will make a big difference to mobility and independence for people who are blind and people with low vision. But equally, we think that Soundscape has the potential to make a difference to everybody because it allows us to be more connected and to engage with the people that we are with or the activity that we may be doing so that we don't always have our heads looking down at our phones, but instead we can be more present and more connected. And as a result, more fulfilled as people.
Grazie. Quello che noi vogliamo dimostrare è che lavorare nel settore dell'accessibilità, dell'accesso, dell'inclusione è un lavoro che, di cui beneficiano tutti, è un'opportunità per tutti. Quindi sì, Soundscape nasce per permettere alle persone cieche e ipovedenti di muoversi con maggiore autonomia, ma è un'opportunità e ha un impatto su tutti perché è bene per tutti essere connessi, però magari non dover sempre avere gli occhi sul cellulare. Questo credo che sia una cosa molto importante, essere più collegati e avere maggiori soddisfazioni, compiere attività che ci danno più soddisfazioni.
E allora, abbiamo una o due domande che ci sono arrivate dai partecipanti. Posso andare, Emanuela?
Yes, sì.
Ok. La prima è, essendo che comunque i non vedenti di solito fanno un po' di difficoltà, diciamo, cioè non piace molto magari utilizzare cuffie o auricolari che li isolano, no, dall'ambiente. Questo è importante, cioè è importante quando si utilizza Soundscape, oppure ci sono delle soluzioni, delle strategie che loro magari hanno in mente o...
Okay, Sarah asks, since visually impaired people do not usually like to wear headsets because they don't want to be isolated from the environment, have you thought about any solutions for that? Do you have to use headset with Soundscape, or did you think about a different solution?
I'm going to hand over to Amos to respond to this question.
Do la parola a Amos per rispondere a questa domanda.
Thank you. This is a great question. You can use Soundscape without the headphones. We do believe, though, and many of the Soundscape users really love using it with headphones because of the way that you can hear everything around you. But for that, you would want headphones that you are happy to wear outside. And there are some these kinds of headphones. For example, there are bone conduction headphones that don't block the ears but go in a little bit in front of the ears. There are Bose frames, for example, are the type of headphones that people really enjoy using. They look more like sunglasses, and they don't block the hearing at all, and you get excellent sound with them. And there are other kind of sporting headphones that people use when they go running, that again, they don't block the hearing. And we are more than happy to make recommendations to people.
Questa è un'ottima domanda. Allora, Soundscape può essere anche utilizzato senza le cuffiette. In generale noi abbiamo riscontrato che alle persone fa piacere utilizzare le cuffie per l'effetto che viene dall'ascolto in questo modo. Ci sono diversi tipi di cuffie o di auricolari che si possono utilizzare. Ci sono, non so in italiano bene, ci sono i conduttori ossei, quindi che vengono posti non proprio sopra le orecchie, ma un pochino davanti. O ci sono degli auricolari che hanno la forma di quasi di occhiali da sole, che non bloccano quindi l'orecchio. Ci sono anche delle cuffie per lo sport, anche quelle non bloccano l'orecchio, quindi siamo aperti, cioè siamo disponibili a consigliare anche questo tipo di soluzioni.
Perfetto, thank you. Thank you. Last question, and then non so se avete pensato, diciamo, ci hanno chiesto se avete pensato per in futuro di utilizzare dispositivi wearable devices, dispositivi indossabili per utilizzare Soundscape.
Have you already thought maybe in future to use wearable devices to make a Soundscape function?
That's a great question, and I'm sure Amos will have a view as well. But I think one of the things that we are really excited by is the increasing amount of innovation that we are seeing in the whole industry around wearables. People also call them hearables as well, which are designed specifically for sound and audio, and the ability that it provides to bring sensors so that we have wearables or headsets that can track the movement of your head, as the AirPods Pro do currently at the moment, and as the Bose frames as well. Also the version 1 have sensors in there. So we're really excited about the direction in which audio devices is going and the difference it will make to the Soundscape experience.
Questa è un'ottima domanda e penso che Amos potrebbe rispondere, però volevo dire, noi siamo veramente molto interessati agli sviluppi che stiamo osservando nell'industria per quanto riguarda tutti questi strumenti wearables, quindi indossabili, e anche hearables, quindi una combinazione specificamente per la riproduzione del suono. Ci sono molti strumenti, dei frame, gli AirPods. Devo dire che stiamo osservando con molto interesse quello che potrebbe essere un futuro sviluppo in questo senso di Soundscape.
And maybe one more word with what Jarnail just said. We very much look for these kind of technologies that are available for the mass market. We don't really want to build something that is expensive and only for blind and low vision, but rather mass market products that really enable audio experiences like Soundscape, and the great news is that there's a lot of investment in innovation, so we will see a lot coming in the coming years.
E una parola da aggiungere è che noi, quello a cui noi puntiamo, quello a cui noi guardiamo con attenzione è lo sviluppo di una tecnologia per le masse, quindi non su un mercato ristretto, ma un mercato di massa. E per questo siamo molto interessati agli sviluppi di questa tecnologia, che vada a vantaggio di tutti, che migliori l'esperienza uditiva di tutti quanti.
Tauro, avevi detto
Bellissimo.
che sarebbe stata
Bellissimo.
l'ultima domanda.
Sì, vai Francesco. Sì,
Potrò
sì,
farne una io?
assolutamente.
Chiedo
Assolutamente.
scusa, chiedo ad Amos e Jarnail se hanno tempo per un'ultima domanda.
Amos, Jarnail, do you still have some time for a last question? A last question?
Of course.
Sì,
Okay.
naturalmente.
Innanzitutto credo fortemente nella strutturazione di applicativi e di strumenti sicuramente progettati tenendo in conto le esigenze delle persone con disabilità, e quindi anche le ultime affermazioni che ha fatto Amos rispetto all'allargamento del pubblico e all'utilizzo di Soundscape anche per appunto persone che non hanno una disabilità ma che semplicemente vivono un'esperienza uditiva di suoni, un'esperienza sensoriale è importante, e chiaramente l'esperienza, no, di un turista che si trova in una nuova città e deve interagire con un contesto. Ci sono tanti ambiti di applicazione che Soundscape potrebbe avere. Però in conclusione io avrei piacere di fare una domanda a Jarnail e ad Amos come persone che lavorano in Microsoft. Mi piacerebbe sapere com'è lavorare in Microsoft, ovviamente se possono rispondermi, e più nello specifico mi piacerebbe chiedere ad Amos com'è lavorare in Microsoft che si impegna così tanto per l'accessibilità. Che cosa mette in campo per te come lavoratore?
Okay. Francesca said that he found very interesting the comment that it is important to develop apps for persons with disabilities that can be also used and enjoyed by the general public. It was very, very nice to hear that Soundscape can be used to widen the sensorial experience of everybody. I can see interesting applications in tourism for a tourist that needs to know, would like to know a city to visit in advance. There are many, many different fields of application. But now my question is something about you as persons working in Microsoft, in particular to Amos. Amos, if you can tell me how working in Microsoft is, we know that Microsoft is focusing on accessibility, but what concretely Microsoft puts in place for you as a person with a disability in the workplace?
Wow. So I am blind, fully blind, and I have been working at Microsoft for almost 15 years. I started in Microsoft in the UK. I spent a few years in Singapore, and now I'm in Redmond in Seattle in the US. And I think there are, of course, the technologies that we all know that Microsoft makes sure that we have and that the things are accessible. But the most important thing is the culture and the environment that the company creates for me to feel that I'm equal participant and contributor and have the same opportunity that everybody else has in the company.
And I'm very grateful to be in that position and to have that opportunity.
Well, allora, sono cieco, sono totalmente cieco. Lavoro in Microsoft da 15 anni. Ho lavorato per la Microsoft in Regno Unito, poi ho passato un periodo di tempo a Singapore e adesso lavoro a Redmond. Quello che posso dire è che sì, chiaramente Microsoft mette a disposizione tutta la tecnologia accessibile di cui poi si occupa, ma quello che è più importante è la cultura e l'ambiente che ci tiene a creare. Io sono messo in condizione di sentirmi in una situazione di uguaglianza, di partecipare al lavoro in condizioni di uguaglianza. Per me è una grande opportunità quella di lavorare qui e sono molto grato per avere questa possibilità.
Grazie infinite Amos per averci raccontato un po' di quella che è la tua esperienza personale di lavoratore all'interno di Microsoft. Sauro, vuoi concludere te? Vuoi dire te 2 parole?
Sì, assolutamente. Grazie. Allora, io intanto è stato anche un piacere sentire, in quanto anch'io sono cieco totale, l'esperienza di Amos, l'esperienza di inclusione lavorativa in Microsoft. È stato veramente un piacere sentire la sua storia. E rinnovo quanto detto prima, che io e tutti noi del team di Accessibility Days ci sentiamo veramente onorati che avete scelto il nostro evento per fare il lancio dei Soundscape in Italia. Vi ringraziamo per tutte le preziose informazioni e testimonianze che ci avete portato. Non finirò mai di ringraziarvi, diciamo, per quello che avete portato al nostro evento, alla nostra conferenza.
Okay. Sarah says that it was particularly nice to hear, as he's totally blind, it was very nice to hear Amos telling us that he has an experience of inclusion as a worker, and this is a very good thing to know. And he would like to say that all the people, all the staff, all the people in the Accessibility Days are very honored of your choice of announcing the release in Italy of Soundscape during this event. Thank you very much for all the things that you have said and all the things that you have brought to this event.
It's our pleasure. It's the end of the week. I know you have another day to go, but please download Soundscape, share it with your family and friends, and have fun this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we will say another time to the keynote session this wonderful news.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Ok, un saluto a tutti quanti. Mi scuso veramente per tutti quelli che sono nel backstage, per gli interpreti, sottotitolisti. E ovviamente è una sessione che con news che non ci aspettavamo è straordinarie. E io niente, ringrazio anche a Emanuele e Patrizia veramente di cuore per il supporto che ci hanno dato, e vi diamo l'appuntamento a domani mattina alle 9 per la terza giornata di Accessibility Days.
responsabile INAIL? Sì, buongiorno, io sono un assistente sociale dell'INAIL, lavoro in un piccolo centro.
Volevo sapere come si fa ad avere un parcheggio riservato davanti casa?
Io ho il caso di un infortunato sul lavoro che non so come ricollocare al lavoro.
Buonasera, posso chiederle un'informazione?
Sì, è per mio padre che ha avuto un incidente durante il lavoro.
Una docente di scuola primaria e volevo sapere se c'era una normativa che vi poteva permettere, vi tutelava del somministrare dei farmaci ai bambini che hanno bisogno, tipo una bambina epilettica.